What is up, my viewers? Spang here, bringing you yet another commentary now. This is the third and final commentary I will be doing tonight, so if you're wondering, the past two replays and this one have been done in the same night. That is essentially what I'm getting at, but this is going to be a tier 10 match in my T110E5, mixing it up a little, bringing you one of my replays for a change, trying to keep things interesting. This is going to be an encounter battle on Malinovka, otherwise affectionately, or not so affectionately, known as Campanovka. Now, I am platooned up with BG Warrior, one of the guys who, I don't believe he is subscribed to me, but I think one of his friends are subscribed to me. I cannot remember who it is, but he may be a subscriber, and if he is, I apologize for not knowing. I'm sorry, buddy, but I do recall your friend, whoever he was, who I also forget. This is an old replay, for those of you wondering why my memory is failing me. But it is going to be an interesting replay. Now I'm taking up a standard position behind the church, shielding myself from the deadly artillery on the enemy team. 3 tier 7s, definitely something to be afraid of. Our team having 2 tier 7s and a tier 6, as well as a tier 7 tank destroyer. That tank destroyer clearly outmatched. Definitely not his day to be fighting, and he's just completely out of his weight class. Strong, very strong enemy push on the hill, and our team, the best thing they can do to counteract that right now is just spot. Let our artillery do its job and bombard them from a distance, and as you will see, our team does a decent job at that. Me seeing this opportunity to perhaps reposition and get a shot on this T-28, and I will do just that. Clearly having a line of sight on him and going to take a round, but not knowing whether or not I hit him. Definitely unfortunate for me, but you know, I just take up my standard position now. Right here, you will see one of the strengths of the T110E5 being its rapid reload speed. It does have quite the rate of fire, though not as impressive as some other tier 10 heavy tanks, such as the British line. I do believe that one has a much more impressive, something like an 8 rate of fire or close to it, whereas this only has a 6 rate of fire. So, not as impressive as some tier 10 heavy tanks, as I said before, but still very scary when you are trying to fight it. T-32 bouncing it, basically using his turret armor. Unfortunately, my shell not having enough penetration at this distance to get through, even though I am seeing green all over the board, trying to aim a little over there, but hitting nothing but dirt. The enemy team really not doing anything other than this hill push at this point. Teams are 2 for 2. Definitely still anyone's match. Our team has lost a tier 10 and a tier 8. The enemy team tier 9 and a tier 8. And the enemy team pulling ahead slightly right there, eliminating a tier 9 M103, the tank right before me. Now you will see, if you look on the minimap, enemies pushing hard to the south. 3 mediums rushing in, hoping to get shots at our artillery. There, right here, kill number 1 for me, eliminating that T-32. Not a significant kill, but still a good thing nonetheless. Anytime you can eliminate a tank from a match is always a good thing. Getting hit on that bat chat, and one of our Yog Panther, I'm sorry, not Yog Panther, GW Panther, completely different vehicles, managing to finish him off. M46 Patton, I'm sorry, the M48 Patton, again, 2 significantly different vehicles. These mediums definitely pushing, endangering our artillery, yet I'm not going to run out there due to the fact that well, here I'm doing exactly the same thing I said I wouldn't do. Only pulling out so much so I can spot them, trying my best not to fall prey to arty, which is why I'm backing up right here, not wanting to needlessly sacrifice my vehicle in a vain attempt to save artillery, because let's face facts, I can only do so much to stop them. Not having much luck on killing that M48, very unfortunate for me and very unfortunate for artillery, but our artillery is still safe, taking a shot at that last known location of that M48. The best thing I can do at this point, trying to get spots, but nothing happening. That Yog Panther doing his best to spot for me as well, being a team player, even though he is clearly outmatched, but I have to give him props for not shying away from a fight. Now, right here, you will see a medium tank spotted on the minimap, but he is too far for me to have any sort of shots. There he is, the Panther 2. No match for me, but definitely a threat to our artillery. So I'm trying to eliminate him, but I can only fire so fast, even with the T110E5. BG Warrior getting eliminated, unfortunately. Our team kind of in a bad way at this point, 5-6. Still easily not in the hole yet, and right there, evening the match to 6-6. Kill number 2 for me, and kill number 3 will be right here on this Panther. So 2 kills in rapid succession, pulling us ahead by 1 tank. The enemy team definitely starting to sweat it out a bit. We still have 2 tier 10s to their 1 tier 10. Our team definitely a lot stronger in forces at the moment, though the enemy team does have a strong artillery advantage, which if they play properly could pull them ahead and turn this match around. It has been a very productive match for me, however, 3 kills and still no damage to my tank, playing as conservatively as possible due to the high number of artillery on the enemy team, and I say high as a relative term. 3 is a fearsome number of artillery to be sure, but it's not quite as high as 5 as you will see sometimes. Both the GWF rating on the other team are under 900, so I can assume they sunk. Someone on the enemy team saying that our artillery has low efficiency ratings apparently, which, you know, I don't put too much stock into those. They have some weight, but honestly, they only affect a match outcome so much. I have won matches where the efficiency rating mod has told us we have a 10% chance to win, and we still win. So don't put as much stock in those as some people do. Right there, the enemy team not quite able to kill our last artillery piece right there. That T69 getting eliminated, very good for us, and we still have some artillery play to go on. That's always a good thing, you know, you want to have artillery support whenever possible. That T28 probably gonna die very, very shortly. That E75 on the hill, basically making himself a very easy target for me. I will do my best to take a shot. There we go, softening him up just a slight bit. Hopefully our team can eliminate him. Their 113 is on our hill. GW Panther finishing off that T28 right there. I knew he was going to die eventually due to his low health and his exposed position. So the bat chat on the enemy team saying he still hates artillery, basically whining and complaining, and no one cares. Clearly evident by the fact that no one's responding to him, because everyone's just ignoring him, as you should. Now, this E75 tracked, taking a shot at him, probably did some damage there, but our team falling behind yet again. Definitely not a good situation right here. 9 to 11, we are down to 3 tanks and 1 artillery piece. It is 3 tanks to 3 artillery on the enemy team, but that T54 is more or less not on his last legs, honestly. He is not going to be able to do all too much for his team. Right here, this is a decision I do not agree with. Our 121 on the capture point, making himself in a very exposed position, and now he is near death, and now he will die. He just got bombarded by the enemy artillery, which is why I am staying right next to this church, doing my best not to fall prey to that same fate. Excuse me, sorry for that. Had some gas come up there. Just GW Panther saying very sneaky, apparently commenting, I would assume, on that 113, saying that he is using those dead tank husks to oh, I have no idea. Apparently the GW Panther getting counter-artied or something like that. The artillery are having a conversation between each other. I'm not going to try to keep up. The 113, or at least I assume that's what that was. Perhaps it was arty. I cannot tell. It was quite the large explosion. I would assume it was HE of some sort, so probably an artillery piece. And that 113 on the hill. Me playing conservative, our team is down by 2 tanks, and I am in no position to sit around and in the open and basically make myself an easy target for artillery. The enemy team, their artillery clearly having shots on me, and me doing my best to hide behind this church and not die. It's a very good thing to not die. This E75, now a one-shot for me angling my armor to the best of my ability so that these shots bounce the E75, kind of driving back and forth, using some sort of common sense to try and angle his armor. This 113 rushing while the E75 distracts me. Very smart, good teamwork on their part, but the E75 will meet his fate right here. Kill number 4. The 113 coming around the backside, or at least attempting to, and I will very rapidly try to turn my tank around. He's going to try and take a shot right here and clearly back off before he can even do anything. Hitting me right in what I would assume is either my underplate or my top machine gun turret, the tumor of an MG turret on my tank. Taking a shot right there, hitting nothing but that dead church. I mean, yeah, it's a dead church, totally, because inanimate objects were living to begin with, right? Anyway, back to this match. 113 getting pegged by our artillery, evening things up quite significantly, making my chances much, much better. This 113 will fall prey to me right here. Bam, kill number 5. And it is an even match in terms of numbers, but our team definitely has the advantage. you never want to just have 3 artillery remaining. Clearly they can kill me. It's quite possible, especially if they are all working together, and our artillery can only kill one of them if I come up on all 3 of them, so they still have a chance at this point. But me, 5 kills, very, very happy with myself at this point. And finally, growing some guts and basically taking the necessary action. The 113 saying, well played, gentlemen. I salute you too, Mr. Mesotronic. So yes, very well played, part of the PBKAC clan. I do not know them. I am not familiar with them at all, but not important. Definitely a good match, playing as conservatively as my team required of me, and now that our team is basically on the ropes a bit, both teams are definitely very much in a bad spot at this moment. I can be easily killed by artillery. I believe that, what is that? That looks like an off A. Yeah, BK4502 Alpha. Definitely easily killed by artillery, not really known for its armor. Our GW Panther getting ballsy, going for the capture point. You know, he does have the speed. He's just as fast as me, if I'm not mistaken, although artillery in the 8.3 patch did receive somewhat of a mobility nerf. So perhaps not as maneuverable back in the day when I had it, but still apparently maneuverable enough. Me being very cautious, not wanting to get seen by artillery. Now I do not have 6th sense, but I do see that he clearly does not see me, basically indicated by the fact he is not re-aiming his gun in my position. Right here you will see he backs off into the water, killing himself rather than letting me kill him. GW Tiger killing our GW Panther, and it will even up here in just a minute as that Object 212 clearly backed off into the water. He might be on the ledge of it, not quite drowning yet, but he's plainly out of this match. He is no longer a factor. Good for me, given the fact that all we have left are 2 vehicles. I believe, yeah, that 4502A is definitely a potential one-shot, especially if those GW Tigers are upgraded. So it's a close match, and I don't want to get artied. I'm not a fan of dying horrible deaths to high explosive shells. I don't believe anyone is, and hopefully we'll see if I can win this now. Clearly I know what happens, but you guys don't, and I have a strong policy of spoilers. Well, no spoilers on my channel, on my commentaries, so you guys will just have to wait. I mean, sure, I've been known to breach it every now and again, but this is not one of those times. Here, taking the 113 saying to come finish us, and I'm like, very much I will gladly do that. Taking the smart decision, driving through the trees, using basically the inherent camo that comes with being behind bushes. The enemy team, yep, there we go, that Object 212 finally being lost in battle, realizing he drove that far back, and there was no way he was going to get out of that little ditch in the water. So the GW Tiger saying he would take a draw. Me saying, yes, I know you would, but I will not. We have a clear chance to win here, and I know that 4502 Alpha, honestly, I was hoping he would have a bit more teamwork, but he clearly does not. There we go, getting lucky, hitting for the high end of my damage now. For those of you not aware of the average damage of the T110E5, it is 400, so hitting for my higher end, definitely being very fortunate there before that GW Type E could get a shot on me. Me driving a bit erratically in an attempt to not get shelled by the final artillery piece, you know, driving jerky back and forth, throwing off his attempt to lead the target. Definitely. And right here, BG Warrior saying, sorry, I have to send my assassin after you. He is indeed referring to me, that GW Tiger, no longer hidden in a common artillery spot, going to face off against this 4502 Alpha, and we will close on him from 2 directions. I'm up at kill 6 now, for those of you who have not been paying attention. So earning myself a top gun. That 4502 Alpha looking like he may get a shot on the Tiger. The Tiger trying to be very clever and hiding in that little nook and cranny. And here I will get the final shot, the 4502 hitting him just before I did. So kill number 7, earning myself a top gun, as well as I earned sniper that round. As you saw, a lot of my shots did hit the target, so doing very, very well for myself, and basically coming down to me and the 4502 to win it for our team. So saving the day yet again. It's kind of what I do every now and again. It's a hobby of mine in World of Tanks, you know, just winning a match for my team. Every now and again I like to do it. But anyway, if you like this video, click that like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. And if you got a replay, check the description for instructions on how to submit it. And this has been Spang. I am signing off.